Hey guys, what's up? It's Megan, and today I'm going to demonstrate a few more poses using the Bowspring methodology. And so today we're going to do some supine poses, so it's all poses that are pretty much prone lying on the back. So some very basic posturing just to demonstrate the methodology. So I'm going to start in crouching cat to begin. So I'm going to bring the doming hands to the mat and then go to bright, walking back to all fours, and then I'll come into crouching cat. So I'm going to fill in again to the thoracic portion of the spine to begin, initiating the primary curvature, and then moving down into the legs, the feet active, pressing down, knees pressing wide, lengthening the spine, toning the belly, and pressing the earth away. And then from here I'm going to pivot the heels to the right, doming the left, and I'm going to lower the right hip towards the earth. From here, I'll bring my left hand to my left knee, extending the right arm, and bringing the right hand into seed. Flipping the palm up towards the sky, groins back, knees forward, lengthen, tone the belly, and then release, and we'll go to the other side. So I'll go dome to bright, toe, doming to bright, back to the cat. Pivoting the heels left, lowering the left hip down. And then holding the right knee with the right hand, knees forward, groins back. Left arm will lift, seed to sky, palm of the hand flipping up, encouraging the opening of the back, thoracic portion of the spine, the fullness there. And then I'll place the left dome, crawling down to a side bowing. From here, I'm going to come onto the back. Okay, so again, I want to initiate the curvatures of the spine to begin. So I bring the tips of the fingers to touch and extending up towards the sky, filling into the back of the heart, thoracic full. From here, I'll bring the doming hands over the head, touching the earth. Tailbone is lifting, actively engaging the feet, the toes, pressing down to the earth. Knees press wide. So I'm following the curvatures of the spine, and then I'll lift into bridge. And so here in bridge, the groins stay soft, so I'm not shoving the heads of the femurs up towards the sky. So again, we continually keep knees forward and groins back in every posture. And so once you start to notice the patterns unfolding, then you can make a correlation and a connection throughout the entirety of the practice. So knees forward, groins back, chin lifting, heart and throat open, lengthen and tone the belly. And then lowering the hips down. Then I'm going to take the hands and place them at the knees for freedom pose. We widen the knees slightly. Again, back of the heart full, following the curvatures, cervical and lumbar curvatures, secondary curvatures of the spine also present. Knees press wide. And the feet, so there's this kind of spongy spoon action of the feet, which is so funny, the name to me, but it's so true. So instead of closing, like flexing the feet back, it's like you're just softly pressing the toe pads to an imaginary resistance. And so there's a little softness that's between the mound of the big toe and the little toes there. Tailbone is lifting, heart and throat open. Knees press into the grasp of the hands away from the upper body. And then I'll bring the tips of the fingers to touch. And I'll rotate the knees to the left and the hands to the right, taking a twist, still maintaining the curvatures of the spine as I do so and the width between the knees. I come back to center and I go the other direction. And so just finding the basic alignment of the bowspring here in a supine position, we continue to follow the curvatures along the spine, creating a wave-like formation from the big toe all the way up to the crown of the head. And so that's the beauty of this practice, is you're really seeking to honor those curvatures as opposed to finding a practice that's focusing on a more linear style and more static energy. So you're moving with more dynamic, kind of curvy posturing, which really speaks to me, considering we're living right here on the ocean in Costa Rica. And then we come back to center and lowering the toes to the earth. Right leg will lift, interlacing and receiving the fleshy part of the back thigh for thigh rooting. Left leg can stay bent and the toe touching the floor, or I can extend the left leg out. Again, honoring the curvatures, encouraging the head of the femur to recess down towards the earth, and bringing a little organic movement into the ankle to the foot. And then releasing the right, touching the right toes down, and the left leg will lift. And extending the right leg if it's available. Again, head of the femur rooting down towards the earth. Tailbone lifting, lumbar curve, thoracic and cervical maintained. A little bit of organic movement. And then lowering the left. And then I can come into assimilation pose. So again, the same curvatures are in place. Thoracic, lumbar, cervical, and demonstrating the poses from the level 1 syllabus in a supine position. And to release, I'm just going to place the toes to the earth, gently rolling myself to the right and back up to a seated position. All right, so this is the third tutorial that we've been focusing on asana. That would be Pinta chasing a chicken. Never a dull moment around here. So this is the third tutorial, just focusing on some peaceful reclined supine poses, demonstrating the bowspring. Thanks guys for checking it out, and if you haven't already, please check out my website at Meg's Yoga. And if you have any interest in potentially working with me, again, I do a lot of stuff with privates, some one-on-one consultation, working with people with maybe some physical alignment issues or nutritional work and so forth. So just drop me a line if you have interest, and I will contact you as soon as possible, and have a beautiful day.